Hi guys, today we're going to go ahead and give you a quick tour of the gardens. It's been a minute, and so it's time. Let's go. Alright guys, so we're going to start with the flower beds over here. The little hissing you hear is probably the drip system, if you hear it at all. But anyways, we've got some cucumbers going in some containers. We got some mulch. Water's pretty moist. Got another one. These are Space Master cucumbers. We've got some strawberries. We've got some corn. It's already tasseling. I'm not even sure how tall it's supposed to get, but we'll see. Let me go back in here. Got some tiny tomatoes. Tomatoes kind of mixed in. We got some onions. A Thai pepper. I want to say this is a butternut squash back here. Check out the male bloom. We have a sweet potato. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the space, but I figured I'd throw in a sweet potato and see what happens. So we have basil. We have kale. We have cucumbers all over. We have another one here, another one here. I started up 2 trays of them. I only got about half of them or less to germinate. Old seed, and so I didn't expect much. But we have some beans. You know what? Here's a nice burgundy. We have some more kale, which I probably should harvest because we've got eggplants coming in. Some squash. Love that coloring. It's not powdery mildew. Some cucumbers. More cucumbers, more squash. Check out this basil. It's insane. This is a Genovese. Volunteer sweet potato. More cucumbers. Tons of chard. Like really. Especially the one in the back. Ooh. This is just one plant. I mean, check out this stalk. Like, that thing is insane. We have some melons in here. Try to see if I find any fruit. There's a watermelon back here. There are a bunch of sunflower seeds. We'll see if those come up. See how they do. More squash. Some Aunt Molly's ground cherries. Zinnias. I went a little crazy with the zinnias this year. Some borage pepper, don't know what kind. Oh, check it out, we have a pepper. And all these little seedlings in here, this is all borage. You plant borage once and you don't ever have to do it again. We got some more stuff back here. Now on the back side of this bed, we have more of those cucumbers. They're coming up. We have, what do you call these? Cucamelons. We have another watermelon. Tomatoes. More tomatoes. You guys are probably going to want to know what they're called, but I don't know. These are raisin strawberry yellow or something. If I remember, I'll put them in the link in the description. And our cucamelons are just going crazy. So I don't know when I'm supposed to pick them. I'll have to post and ask. If you know, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. We got tons of cucamelons going up this trellis. We got tomatoes. More tomatoes. We got peppers. More zinnias. Eggplants. I believe that's a zucchini. I'm not sure. I think this is a garlic or leek. We go to the other one, we got a zucchini, we got some red vein sorrel, some dinosaur kale. Sweet potatoes, volunteers. These bad boys have taken over. Another zucchini. Between here we have squash or zucchini. We've got a pepper plant, more zinnias, another pepper plant. Let's see what else we have in here. More tomatoes. Check these things out. These are sea bites. I may have to do a separate video on them. But basically, you connect them and you can make yourself some structures for your garden where you can type of plants, support your plants, whatnot. We got beans. I've been out here picking these things like crazy. If you've ever grown beans, or if you don't get a lot of production out of them, just know that you gotta keep picking. That's the only way to get a decent production out of them. I pick them every couple days. Pepper plant. On this side we have some more sweet potatoes that have come up as volunteers. We have some onions in there. Another Aunt Molly's. Some Roma tomatoes. Some red vein sorrel. Some more beans. As I'm filming, I'm harvesting. Not sure what kind of pepper that is. It could be shishito. Shishito or Padrone. They're similar. I've never grown either until this year. See? I'm just like that. I've already got a handful. Got another one down here. I have to take a picture of that. Check that out. My eggplant over here is doing pretty well. This is probably either a Japanese long or a black beauty. The other one I have, I'll show you in a minute, has a lot more of, it's a lot smaller eggplants. And so, I know it's going to be more productive. So on this bed, we'll start over here. This looks like a purple Russian to me. Tomato. And so this year on this bed I went ahead and put in tomato plants, and right next to them I put in scarlet runner beans, because you know, why not? And so the scarlet runner beans and the tomatoes are kind of fighting it out. They've already reached the top. They've even gone above and beyond the top. The scarlet runner beans, even if you don't need them, I mean, these flowers are just so pretty. We have more beans over here. I hadn't made it over here yet to pick these. I want to say I picked them yesterday or day before yesterday. There's another one there. You know, with these guys, you want to pick them pretty regularly, because if not, the planting sits done, and so it's gonna keep it's gonna just keep growing those same beans. Once they die out, or once they dry out rather, then the planting sits done because it's already gone through its cycle. Okay, I didn't get a ton of beans, but I do feel like I got enough. Check out this Roma tomato. This is actually 3 of them. 3 plants. So we have this one, 2, and a 3rd one on the other side, and there's a 4th one over here. Check these clusters. There you go. And we have some more peppers over here. These might be shishitos, not positive. Looks like these either shishitos or Padrones. We have another zinnia blossom coming up. Nasturtiums, I just put them everywhere. That way they can go ahead and work as a ground cover. So this is the other eggplant I was talking about. I want to say this is the Thai frog egg lavender eggplant. This one I know is gonna have a lot of blooms on it, and so I'm guessing this is gonna be a lot more. This is supposed to be super productive. So I've got another cucamelon down here. Came right off, let's try it. Tastes really like cucumbers. I think I have to let them get bigger. Oh my god, that's really good. Check these out. These are more Scarlet runner beans. We have actual beans on these. I want to say these are dark galaxy tomatoes. Some more beans, some more peppers. Sorry. Some more zinnias. Some more nasturtiums. Got some chard right here in the middle for you. Alright, let's go to the backyard and see what we can find. So now in the backyard, the grass is coming in pretty nicely. I threw out a bunch of chia seeds just to see how they do. They're doing pretty well. This is a flower bed that you guys have seen me mow down and chop down and everything. I finally got the time and the motivation from one of my neighbors across the street, because they swapped out some of the soil in their flower beds in the backyard, put in some veggies. I gave them some plants, and so they asked me where to get the soil from. I directed them to a local bulk place. That was a small pickup truck, so it was enough. And then, as a thank you for the veggies I've been giving them and for the advice and the help and the consultations, they said, well, we need mulch, but we don't need that whole, even if it's a small pickup truck, they don't need the whole truckload of it. I told them just to get the whole truckload. Whatever they didn't use, then I would take, and I would just pay for the whole truckload. Well, because of the help I've given them, they said, you know what, we'll just get it for free as a thank you. So I had been collecting cardboard, and I had a lot of it. And it was so much mulch, it was almost a full yard mulch, because I only used maybe a quarter of it, if even that. I went ahead and put down the cardboard, wet it down, threw the rest of the mulch that I had left over. I have a 5 or 10 pound bag of peas for pea shoots that I'm growing, that I've had for a while now actually, and I just threw them back here a few weeks ago. I threw peas out here, I threw radishes out here. I'm trying to see, I think I saw some beets. I think I might have even thrown some sunflowers out here. A lot of it is just peas. Most of it is just peas. Just because I had so much of them. But this is a pomegranate tree. It's taking off. It's doing amazingly well. We have the kumquat tree that's finally coming back. We have a kumquat. We've got some strawberries, some volunteer nasturtiums. Trying to see, ooh, a bear that's about to get knocked off its pedestal. Ooh, we have strawberry. And I think I saw another one in here. This one's kind of dry, so we're just going to toss that back. Check this out. Pomegranate. The strawberry just got smushed in my hand. Oh. That didn't taste like homegrown fruit. So I know that back here. I planted a shishito and a padrone. That's the padrone, and that's the shishito. And I'm only realizing now, because I know what shishitos look like, I had never grown padrones. But shishitos became very popular in the last few years. People just basically put them on the fire, blister them, and eat them just like that. I had them, first time I had them was maybe a year ago. Wife went out, I went out with the wife to dinner. I saw blistered Shishitos as an appetizer, and to try and impress her, I ordered them. They say about 1 out of every 10 Shishitos is supposed to be spicy. Well, I must have not gotten that 10th one. I don't remember how many were on the plate. But they were really good. I fell in love with them. And here we are growing Shishitos. But posting online on Instagram, if you guys aren't following me, Green Zebra Gardening, Lisa over at Carmel Bella Farm, which she's no longer in Carmel, and you go ask her yourself where she is, she suggested Padrones, and I had seeds for Padrones. Somebody suggested I grow those too. So here we have grow off. Shishitos and Padrones. My papayas aren't looking all that hot, although they are growing fairly well. This one is almost as tall as me now. It's only got about so maybe a foot from there to the actual ground, because that has it's in a flower bed of sorts. So yeah, looks pretty good. This is a Goji Berry I started from seed. I want to say a couple years ago now. So I want to say this is a couple years old. And I've only ever had 2 berries off of it. It's been flowering like crazy. It's doing very well. So we'll see if we put out. I've had one this year, 1 berry. The one I got last year I think was a little tastier. Got some more more of those peas. We got a fig tree. I got this one, it was only about a foot tall. It's been growing in for a few years in a container. It's never put out a fruit, so the person that gave it to me doesn't know what kind of fruit it is. Or what variety it is rather. This started with a single aloe plant, as it usually does. My mom gave it to me in a small container. I put it into this one, and it just exploded. Now I'm just thinking I might put them up on the crop swap app and be like, okay, come over, pick up the whole thing, spread them out, because I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might do it myself, actually. It's starting to get a little rainy over here. Speaking of the crop swap app, I got some bananas a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, from a girl over there. I bought all her bananas. I shared them with some friends. We all loved them. I told her to let me know when she got some banana pops. She messaged me on the app 2-3 weeks ago. Says, hey, I got 7 of them. This is only 5. I gave 2 to the people that helped me pick up. The neighbors that helped me get the mulch. So they picked them up in the pickup truck. Dropped these off. And these are going to new homes. I had this rhubarb planted over in the corner. I was afraid of transplanting it because I had never really done it. But it seems like it took very well to the transplant. These are 2 new leaves. I got some of that mulch on here. It's nice and moist. I think I just saw a 3rd leaf. Yeah, we got a 3rd one. So when I transplanted them into this pot, this one over here on the right, no, which one's a bigger one? The one over here on the left was about that size. And I only transplanted it maybe a week or 2 ago. This is a prototype for the gardener's planter. It's seen better days. I had to move it, I broke it, and this tomato isn't doing all that well. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm not watering it, or I got some kind of disease, some kind of pest is on it. Looks horrible. These planters did very well, actually. These are the Revolution planters, the previous version of that one. And I grew some garlic. I want to say this is music garlic, and I don't remember what the red one is. But they look okay. Clean them off. I'm letting them dry out here. Well, it's a little sprinkly now, but they're under the umbrella. I think they'll be okay. So this is a banana tree that I got really small. I swapped this out from a friend. They don't know what variety it is, so they don't know if it's a fruiting banana. I assume it is because I haven't known there to not be a fruiting version or a fruiting variety, but they need to go. They're up on the crop swap app. I think I've got them listed for like 20 bucks, but at this point I'm ready to trade most anything. Probably to a home where people really don't care if it fruits or not. Kind of like a, just like a border plant or a, just a ornamental. This is a Lacatan banana. That I know the variety, that I know fruits, that I've had the fruits off of them, and they're freaking delicious. So, it was putting out a pup. Let me go back around. Oh, check it out. Yeah. We have a pup. I was told to leave it alone. Let it do its thing, and it's probably going to get that big, and it's putting all its energy into fruiting. I've had it for a few years, but it's only been in that spot for maybe a year. And it's finally, you know, growing. It's putting out a new leaf right, where are we? Right there, right in the middle. That's how it starts, it unfurls. We've got blueberries. This is the second round. Oh, check it out, we're losing blueberries. There's one. It is the time of season right now where my second round is coming in from a different plant. That one in the container here is a variety of the fruit first in the year. The berries are a little smaller. Don't ask me what the varieties are, I don't remember. But they are delicious blueberries. I think I like this one more just because it's not as tart, it's a little sweeter. It's more standard blueberry taste. The other one's a little more tart. This is where the rhubarb came out of. Which, by the way, I did not know there was two different colors of rhubarb. There's green and there's red. I thought, you know what, I thought it was only red. It wasn't turning red, and then a friend told me, I was posting about it, Carrie says, you know there's a green and a red variety, right? She says, I want some of the stalks. And I ended up getting none of these stalks, but she says, yeah, you're good. So I thought it was only red. So I hadn't fed it, I hadn't given it to anybody because I didn't know if it was gonna be good or bad for them. But anyways, took it out. Amended this in with a homemade compost. Again, put, I don't know, 2-3 inches of mulch on top because I had so much of it. I got this in a trade. It's either yellow or a white sweet potato. And they gave me another variety over here, which is either yellow or white. So one is yellow, one is white, of sweet potatoes. Here we have the seed bites again. This pull's a little too thick for them, so I just use a zip tie. And I use the little clips on the end to wrap around the trellis, which I just happen to have in the shed. They're doing very well. I'm growing up some, as you saw earlier in the episode or in the video, I'm doing the Scarlet runner beans back here as well from that same seed pack. And these have just started up there, maybe 6-8 inches tall, all along the wall there. And we have some pumpkins that have, we have some, not dragon tongue, we had some, Black Panther soybeans, so we'll see how those grow. This is probably some kind of squash that came in the compost. I want to see, these are pumpkins. My Meyer lemon tree, it's looking really good. It's got a massive lemon on it, ready to be picked. We just still have lemons from my sister's tree in the freezer, so that's why I haven't picked it. This is a Satsuma Mandarin orange. These are both short varieties. What do you call them? Dwarf varieties. But this one's turning really well. It's looking out really well. But I want to go ahead and mow some of this back and clean this up back here. And then we've got some more seed bites. This time I made a cage out of them. I'm trying the Two Sisters method in here. It looks like that butternut squash may have gotten pollinated. It's gotten bigger. It hasn't gotten yellow and died off. Let me see. I think there was two. Oh, see, there's the other one. I don't know how you can see that right in the middle. So this one was not pollinated. Let's focus you in. That one is not pollinated. This one was. So I planted the corn. It's the same corn we saw in the front yard. Some of it is also tasseling back here. But I went ahead and milled this cage just because I wanted to get the squash off of the ground and put it up on here. We'll see how it does. It's looking pretty good. But I think we may need to trim this tree back, that way it doesn't hang over. Oh, and this is a volunteer, probably bird's eye Thai pepper of some sort, I don't know. But it's probably about 3 feet tall. It's looking really good. And here's container row. So we have another shishito. I got shishitos coming everywhere. Some marigolds. A silvery fir tomato. This is indeterminate. These are all small tomato varieties, so they're not going to get very big. This is about as big as they're going to get. They're going to produce. This looks more amazing than it did when I potted it up a week ago. This is an Amana orange tomato. Also in another swap or another trade. I picked up, or my wife picked up rather for me, some bags of Pro Mix. And so I potted it up in this, and it looks amazing. Now, this is supposed to be a Padrone Pepper. The seed came from the Padrone Pepper pack. But check out that variegation. I don't know if it's something in the water or what, but it looks amazing. The top part of it, it's a little bright out here. The top part of it is very dark green. It's gorgeous. This is your cone. Another swap. A friend brought this over. She brought me over. I was just expecting the tubers. No, she brought me over the full plants. I just went ahead and potted it up in some Pro Mix. Topped it off with some mulch, and it's grown. It's grown probably a couple of inches in like the last week or so. It's looking pretty good. This is a massive smart pot. I grew some garlic in it already. This here, it's already been harvested. This is probably not going to do all that well, but we'll see. I know this is, I think when I put these in here I counted like 16 plants. I want to say it's like a 40 or 45 gallon. Not looking so hot. They are growing, they're just not looking that hot. So over here we have some mulberries. I know it's probably needs some watering. Also in a massive smart pot, looking pretty good. They're very good mulberries. They're the smaller variety, but they are tasty. So I'm going to put this down over here. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the garden, and that's the front yards and the backyards for you. If you guys have any questions, please go and leave them down in the comments below. I will go ahead and try and link everything that I mentioned, at least I will try. Let me know how your gardens are doing. We are, I want to say, close to the end of spring. It is supposed to be cool this week. For us it's, I want to say it's at like the 70s. So I believe most of the country now started planting out. I don't know. I know some of you guys are getting some crazy weather. So go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know how you're doing. If there's anything you want to go ahead and see on the channel, let me know that as well. I know I haven't been uploading very much lately. It's just been crazy. But I think that's it. Please go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell. And go ahead and leave a comment letting us know what you think, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.